Well, hello everyone, and welcome in to coverage of this year's 3A Regional Championship game between the southeast of Saline Lady Trojans and the Silver Lake Lady Eagles. We've got a good one on our hands today between softball royalty here in Class 3A, two teams that are no stranger to one another. We'll talk more about kind of the series history throughout the course of this game, but before we get into it, want to remind you that coverage of today's game is presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler. First pitch on the way, this game underway. The winner goes to the 3A state tournament. 7 of the 8 tickets to state have already been punched. The last will be claimed by one of these two teams. Southeast of Saline comes in at 22-4. They are the 1 seed in this bracket. They advanced to this game by virtue of a 16-0 win over, or a 16-0 win over Harrington, and a 5-2 win over Council Grove. Silver Lake comes into this bracket as the 2 seed. They are 22-6 coming into this game. They defeated St. Mary's 11-0 and Riley County 11-0 in their 2 prior games. It's a walk to the lead. Go ahead and take you through the starting lineups presented by Billings Group. We begin here on the Silver Lake side. Center fielder Kaylin Haney led things off with the walk. Now it's third baseman Kira Lowry. Batting third, it's shortstop Taylor Zordell, then starting pitcher Kendra Cook, first baseman Paige Hyman, DP Riley Muller, and bringing up the rear of the lineup today, left fielder Savannah Wendy, catcher Taylor Swigert, and second baseman Sailor Liggett. Your right fielder and the flex today, not in the lineup, is Alana Brewster. 0-2 count to start here from Carly Zerflew. She will deliver home the next pitch, and it's right down the pipe, maybe a touch high. Count goes 2-1-2. If you're a fan of high-scoring softball games, this might not be the place for you today, as we are watching 2 of the better pitchers in Class 3A go at it. This ball lifted to center. Looking up to make the catch is Kaya Samuelson, and it's 1 down here in the first. In the circle for southeast of Saline, sophomore Carly Zerflew, making her 18th appearance of the season. This will be her 15th start. She has tossed a team-high 86 in the third inning, a 13-3 record, a 1.46 ERA, a whip under 1, and 113 strikeouts to go along with just 31 walks and 2 hit batters this season. It has been a masterclass for Carly Zerflew as part of a 2-Carly pitching staff. Herself and Carly Dye have done most of the pitching this season. Runner goes, and the pitch in the dirt will allow the speedster in Kaylin Haney to reach second base on the stolen base. And with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the defenders in the field. We'll take you around the horn. It's Soel behind the plate, Ogerzolka at first, Emma Zerflew at second, Reese Heinrich at short, and Addison Rohr at third base today. This ball hits sharply up the right side. That'll be picked up, and they will send the runner around. There's a throw at the plate. It's not in time. My goodness, Kaylin Haney never stopped running. They waved her around. Silver Lake getting aggressive here early on, and an RBI single for Taylor Zordell will drive in the first run of the game. That is typically not something you see, especially on a ball that was relatively straightforward for Pearson out in right, but they went ahead. Abby Wyatt in left, Kaya Samuelson in center, and Abba Pearson out in right. And here comes the most dangerous, or one of the most dangerous bats in the lineup, in Kendra Cox, Cook. Also today's starting pitcher. Pitch is high, throw down to second, not in time. Another stolen base here for Taylor Zordell. And a Silver Lake team that has not run a ton this season has already swiped 2 bags. Southeast of Saline has been just ridiculous on the base paths this year. They've stolen 169 bases. By contrast, just 45 steals for Silver Lake, but they've got the first 2 of the day. Swing and a miss here will even the count at 2-2. Kendra Cook, today's starting pitcher, has been a menace at the plate as well. A .472 batting average, a .566 slugging percentage, 20 RBI for her. And she will bunt one. It's picked up here by the pitcher. Throw to first is in time, but they succeed in moving the runner up 60 feet as Zordell finds her way to third base on the sacrifice bunt. And here comes Paige Hyman trying to bring in the second run of the day. Hyman, a junior, batting .349 this season. This is a Silver Lake team. Offensively, they have been excellent. They bat .383 as a team. They slug just south of 600. This ball, though, popped up on the infield. Emma Zerflew is under it, and the catch is recorded for out number 3, but not before an aggressive run from Kaylin Haney comes in to score the first of the game. We step away. We're back with more regional softball championship action. When we return, coverage today presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back. Salina Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
We spend 1/3 of our lives working to build our wealth. With over 50 years of combined experience, Billings Group wants to be there to help manage yours. If you're planning for retirement or looking for financial coaching, then come see us on Westchester Drive, east of the YMCA, or visit our website at billingsgroup.com. Securities offered by registered representatives through Private Client Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory products and services offered by investment advisory representatives through RFG Advisory, a registered investment advisor. RFG Advisory, Billings Group, and Private Client Services are unaffiliated entities.
1-0 our score as we go to the home half of inning number 1. Southeast of Saline up to bat for the first time today. Coverage of this regional championship between Southeast of Saline and Silver Lake is presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler. Let's meet the Lady Trojan lineup. It all begins with shortstop Reese Heinrich in the leadoff spot, followed by center fielder Kaya Samuelson, left fielder Abby Wyatt, and first baseman Kimber Ogerzolka in the cleanup spot today. Batting fifth is right fielder Abba Pearson, then DP Ashley Welchel, second baseman Emma Zerflew, catcher Annabelle Sowell, and third baseman Addison Rohr brings up the rear of the Southeast lineup today. SES standing in here as Heinrich has been so good about just finding ways to get on base. Your prototypical leadoff hitter. You look at what Heinrich has done this season. She's only a freshman. She has a .674 on-base percentage. You just don't see that much, even at this level. Count is 1-1. She will watch high and outside, but I'll tell you what, Southeast is going to have their hands full with Kendra Cook, who is arguably the best pitcher they've faced this season. Cook is headed to Washburn College to pitch next season. In her senior season, she has been virtually unhittable. And we'll get the count even here at 2-2. Let's go through Cook's numbers this year. Her 19th appearance, her 15th start today. She's pitched 89 innings, a 14-1 record, a 0.5 ERA. As a swing and a ball that's fouled away here to keep the at-bat alive for Heinrich. So an 0.5 ERA and 0.6 whip, 123 strikeouts to get this, only 18 walks and 2 hit by pitch. She has only put 20 runners on base for free. It does not happen very often. But Southeast continues to fight, and this is what the Lady Trojans do. This is going to be the chess match so far this evening as Southeast hits 376. They get on base at a 477 clip, just 5 home runs, but they get on, they get over, and they get in. They're pesky at the plate. Here comes the 2-2, and it's another pitch that is spoiled here by Heinrich. Heinrich's a tough out. She has only recorded this season as the batter who's taken the most plate appearances, 9 strikeouts. She's walked 19 times. Heinrich digs in. Here comes the third 2-2 pitch of the at-bat. It's the rise ball up, and it's ball 3. Silver Lake used some aggressive base running of their own to bring in the first run of the day. Southeast would love an opportunity here to do the same. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kendra Cook looks in for the sign. Here comes the payoff pitch. It is hit into foul territory. A diving effort for Wendy, and it's not quite there. A little grimace from Reese Heinrich, who will step back into the box and try it again. Out of the field, it's taking you around the horn. It's Swigert behind the plate, Hyman at first, Liggett at second, Zordell at third, Zordell at short, Lowry at third. Your outfield from left to right, Wendy, Haney, and Brewer. 3-2, a long first at bat for Southeast of Saline. Here comes another payoff pitch to Heinrich. It's low, ball 4, and she has worked a walk. Heinrich aboard, and I mean, that is crucial. Kendra Cook has only walked 18 batters this season in 89 innings. She starts the game off here with a walk, the Southeast's most dangerous runner, and here comes fellow freshman Kaya Samuelson. Samuelson's had a phenomenal season in her own right. She squares to bunt, pulls it back. Heinrich goes good. Throw down to second, but it's not in time. Reese Heinrich revs it up, and everybody knew she was going. I mean, Heinrich has been a menace on the base paths. That is her 60th stolen base of the season. There are a few more automatic base stealers in the entire state of Kansas. Here comes the second pitch, again squaring to bunt, lunging at it, and unable to get that in the field of play. Believe the count is 1-1 here. Nope, 0-2. About as close as I've been to the home plate umpire all season long. Shouldn't have any trouble reading that this weird. So it's Samuelson at the plate, an 0-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Rise ball up. Runner takes off for third, and she is in. Heinrich swipes another bag. We'll talk more about why this is significant a little bit later in this inning. For now, it is 1-2 here to Samuelson as Heinrich has swiped 2 bags, and the Lady Trojans trying to tie this game. The 1-2, high and inside, yanked foul. Runners have not tested Silver Lake much this season. It's just not something they've really done, but opponents coming into this game are 8 for 11 successfully stealing against Swigert behind the plate. Next pitch, got a good piece of that into the gap. It is down and a run will score. Kaya Samuelson drives in Heinrich, and the Lady Trojans tie the game here in the first. Good work from Samuelson. Did not try to do too much with it. And she has got an RBI single. The Lady Trojans hold a tie here, and it's Abby Wyatt coming to the plate. Wyatt, a senior, batting .525 on the year, slugging .750, 37 RBI for Abby Wyatt from the 3-hole. First pitch outside, called strike just on the outer edge. Samuelson's not been too shabby on the base paths herself this year. Southeast of Saline has a lot of speed. 0-1 the count. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, and it's fouled away. Kendra Cook, when she's gotten ahead of batters, which is most of the time, has been ridiculous this season. 69% of her pitches go for strikes. She has an 80% conversion rate from a first pitch strike to an out this season. So if she gets up on you in the count, it is tough to dig your way back out, but Southeast has already done that twice today. This ball lifted, drifting near the fence, and just out of play. That is the second time that Southeast has almost recorded an out in foul territory, but not quite able to get there was Wendy. And the count stays 0-2 on Abby Wyatt. Wyatt, for all the plate appearances she's taken this year, has struck out just twice, trying to avoid a third here. Another 0-2 pitch, and another ball that's spoiled. Going back to those numbers for the starting pitcher in Kendra Cook, she likes to work inside early. She'll climb the strike zone late. That's what she's been trying to do here as we want to get the plate dusted off and settle in. Still nobody out in the first inning. Southeast of Saline coming off of, again, back-to-back very good performances in their playoff victories. A close one in the semifinal of the Council Grove. It was a solid Council Grove team, probably a little better than the record would have indicated. But Southeast was able to handle them. Now they take on high school softball royalty. Silver Lake ready with another 0-2, and this one again lifted, although this will stay on the infield, and Liggett will glove it for out number 1. So Kimber Ogerzolka will take a at-bat here. Ogerzolka, one of the veterans that made it to state last season. Matter of fact, both of these teams went to the 3A state tournament in Topeka a year ago at the Topeka Invista Sports Complex, and both teams were eliminated by Frontenac, the eventual state champions. They got Southeast in the quarterfinals. They got Silver Lake in the state championship game. But these are your 3A state runners-up. High rise ball misses for the first pitch. The count goes to 1-0. Ogrzolka, like everyone else, has batted well this year. She's hitting .360, slugging .560. 27 hits on the season, looking for number 28 here. 1-0 pitch, low swinging strike, and the count goes to 1-1. Talked about SES and what they can do on the base pass, and if you're thinking, okay, well, what if something does get by the catcher? I've got two pieces of news for you. One, the run back to the backstop right where I'm sitting, as this misses outside, the runner goes down to second, and they got her. Kaya Samuelson cut down trying to swipe second base. And it's 2 out in the inning. But if something does get by Swigert, she basically has to turn around and stand up, and the ball's going to be back in her hand. There is no run to the backstop. I mean, I am probably 4 feet away from home plate. The other thing, though, is that nothing gets by Swigert. She's allowed 6 passed balls all season. So her own wall behind the plate. The count here 2-1. And Ogrzolka digging in, trying to restart the party. We'll watch inside. It's a called strike, and the count goes to 2-2. Nasty stuff from Kendra Cook. Again, that one ended so far inside. Ogrzolka almost ducked out of the way, but it brushes the corner on its way by. 2-2. Is struck down the line, just foul. Tyler Smith unfazed, the head coach of Southeast of Saline softball team in his first year, taking over for Pesha Potachik a season ago. Of course, on the other side of things, it is head coach Nick Hamilton leading Silver Lake. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out in a 1-1 ball game. Ogrzolka at the plate. Here comes the pitch. She will lift this high and deep, straightaway center, back, gone. Solo shot for Kimber Ogrzolka, and the Lady Trojans have taken the lead here in inning number 1. Ogrzolka to the deepest part of the ballpark, and it just sneaks over the center field fence to put SES ahead 2-1. For Kimber Ogrzolka, unbelievably, that is her first home run of the season, and it couldn't have come at a more important juncture as Abba Pearson will stride to the plate. Cook looking in for the sign here. SES with the lead, looking to extend. First pitch in there, right across the plate. I will say, with where I'm at, probably got the best view of the plate that I've had all season long. And you can see Cook working down, working outside. She is ready to go here. She's got that first pitch strike. Next one is low at the knees, and the count evens at 1-1. Southeast is a patient team. They have 100 walks this year, 111 strikeouts as a team. 1-1 pitch on the way. Right down the middle, breezed it by her. Maybe a little late movement. Pearson has to settle back in with a 1-2 count. Southeast 2 away, nobody on. Trying to get a chance here for the bottom of their lineup to make something happen. The 1-2 pitch is fouled away. And there you see it, Cook. She likes to keep things down, but she'll climb the ladder late. It's an enticing pitch, especially to someone like Abba Pearson, who's got good pop in her bat, a .531 slugging percentage on the season. Pearson back in, pitch on the way. That misses high, and the count is even at 2-2. And the Lady Trojans doing something that not a lot of teams have done this year, and that is waiting out Kendra Cook. They have spoiled a ton of pitches already in this game alone. Here's the 2-2. Good looking pitch, but it was low at the knees. You hear the groans from the Silver Lake crowd, but the count is full, 3-2. Cook trying to put this first inning to bed. Southeast looking to extend with Abba Pearson. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed, and there it is. The first strikeout of the game for Kendra Cook, but not before SES puts 2 on the board. They lead at 2-1 when we come back on the Salina Post Sports Network. Coverage today is presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
3A Regional Championship coverage presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler. We go to inning number 2. It's a 2-1 lead for the Lady Trojans, who manufactured their first run and then got the second on a solo shot from Kimber Ogrzolka, her first home run of the year. And for the first time today, Carly Zerflew pitches with a lead. Still plenty of softball left to go. You know, Silver Lake's going to be good for a few more runs. Matter of fact, I would expect both of these teams to scratch at least a few more across. These are two high-powered teams. This one laced back to the pitcher, handled by Zerflew, who takes care of it herself to retire Riley Moeller, and that will bring up Savannah Wendy. It's Moeller, Wendy, and Swigert to lead off the inning here. Southeast of Saline trying to get their bats back up while they're hot. Moeller, a lefty, stands in. First pitch in for a strike. Good outside tailing action there for Zerflew, and the count starts at 0-1. Zerflew back in the circle, ready to go. Pitch on the way. This one chopped to short, picked up by Heinrich. Throw to first in time, 2 down. Textbook stuff defensively for Southeast of Saline, and for all the amazing things they've done, pitching, hitting, I would argue the defense, second maybe to the speed numbers, has been the most impressive thing for Southeast of Saline. They just do not make a ton of mistakes. Silver Lake is in the same boat. And, I mean, you're going to have to work for everything today. Would not expect many free runs, probably not many free passes, much less free runs in a game like this. Taylor Swigert, the catcher, at the plate, batting from the 8-hole. Pitch on the way. That one misses up. So the count even here, 1-1. Zerflew back in the circle, ready to go. 2 quick outs, a line out, and a ground out. Only thing that's missing from this inning is a punch out as the count goes to 1-2, and I'm sure Zerflew would love to get that here. Swigert, 11 strikeouts, 7 walks. Ooh, close. But the rise ball up, and the count is even at 2-2. Swigert trying to get something going with the top of the order looming. Their very own speedster, Caitlin Haney, came in to score earlier. That one misses. I mean, really identical setups, right? A leadoff walk, a stolen base, and then coming in on the first ball, put in play. That's how both teams scored their first run. The only difference right now is a Kimber Ogrzolka home run, and there's your strikeout. Swigert cuts through the pitch, first K of the day as part of a 1-2-3 inning for Southeast of Saline. They're back up to Matt when we come back. You are watching coverage of the 3A Regional Championship game. It's presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Back here for more coverage of the 3A Regional Championship game. This, of course, the Osage City Regional. Osage City eliminated in the first round in an upset to Riley County. Boy, Riley County involved in a couple of shockers at regionals. One, of course, on the baseball side, sent Southeast of Saline home. On softball's side of things, of course, they were eliminated by Riley County, who in turn was knocked out by Silver Lake. This ball driven into the gap. It will get down in right center, and Ashley Welchel wastes no time jumping on the first pitch. It's Southeast of Saline's third hit of the day, and for the second time, the leadoff batter is aboard here for Emma Zerflew. There were 8 regional tournaments in Class 3A, 7 of them already completed. Great bunt laid down here. Silver Lake will take the smart play, and they will take the out, but Ashley Welchel up into scoring position with Annabelle Sowell coming to bat. So the 3A state field in Topeka next week is already mostly set. Frontenac will be the 1 seed, the defending state champions, looking to go back-to-back here. They got a 3-2 win over Columbus in their regional championship game. Colby will be the 8th seed. They are 17-6. They got there by virtue of a 5-4 win over Southwestern Heights. Wichita Trinity knocked off Haven. Burlington defeated Iola in the championship game. Riverside took care of Nemaha Central. Minneapolis defeated Beloit. Jefferson West knocked off Santa Fe Trail. So your state field, Frontenac, Wichita Trinity, Burlington, Riverside, Minneapolis, Jefferson West, Colby, and the winner of this game. 0-2 pitch popped up. This will stay on the infield right by the bag. And it is gloved by Zordell for the second out of the inning. Addison Rohr, the 9-hole hitter, will come to the plate next. The senior is hitting .267 this year. Still looking for just her 9th hit of the season, but trusted glove, trusted bat in the right spots as well, trying to make something happen here for SES. 2 down in the inning. First pitch up, and there is ball 1, but like I said, Cook typically works down and in early to batters. You wonder if she might be trying to mix things up a little bit against the Southeast team that she obviously knows the scout on her, although there she just breezes it by. A little late drop action there on the drop ball. And Rohr evens the count at 1-1. Southeast got their 2 runs back in the home half of the first. An RBI single for Kaya Samuelson, a solo home run for Kimber Ogre-Zolka. This pitch misses outside the zone, and the count goes to 2-1. If they can get to her, Reese Heinrich is in the on-deck circle. Southeast would love for her to come to bat with a couple of runners aboard, although they're going to have to find a way to get Rohr on as she swings through the next pitch, and the count goes to 2-2. Again, 123 strikeouts, only 18 walks this year for Kendra Cook. She's still looking for what would be her second of this game. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Little jam shot. The first baseman takes care of it. That's Hyman. And that is the third out of the inning. So both teams go quietly in the second. We go to the third. A 2-1 lead for SES. Coverage of this regional championship game is presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
To the third inning we go. Coverage of this 3A regional championship game presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler. And for Southeast of Salina, 1-run lead, although now they'll have to face Silver Lake the second time through the order. It's 9-1 and 2 due up for the Lady Eagles. And the first pitch is down and away here for ball one. So it will be Sailor Liggett, Kaylin Haney, and Kira Lowry. This ball, off the foot hard. Now there's going to be a race to the bag, though, and it's not one. This is a double whammy for Southeast of Saline, and that is the last thing you want to see. Carly Zerflew is shaken up. She took that right off the leg or the foot, and she is clearly in a lot of pain. Kimber Ogre-Zolka caught it off the ground that I thought she might have won the foot race to the bag, but ruled safe was Liggett, who's going to leg out an infield single. We're going to step away. We'll be back when we have more here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
You have got to give a ton of credit to Carly Zerflew. I mean, she got nailed by that pitch back up the middle, but takes a moment, shakes it off, appears to be none the worse for wear. She'll get some extra warm-ups here, and I mean, at least watching these pitches, she appears to be as okay as you can be after taking contact like that. So she will be ready. She'll have to face the top of the lineup. And on the infield single, Sailor Liggett reached base safely over at first. But yeah, 3 or 4 warm-up pitches, a quick sip of water here, and Carly Zerflew is ready to go. Gutsy performance here from Zerflew. Coach Smith out there to have one last word with her. Like I said, those warm-up pitches, I mean, I could not distinguish them from what we saw earlier today. The only interesting thing is, it looked like, from the infield looking out, it looked like it hit what would have been her left leg. So you wonder if that's the plant foot on the pitch and if that might cause some discomfort. But, hey, for right now, regional championship adrenaline is all that Zerflew needs. Oh, and then insult to injury. All the umpires, I believe, not set there. And, well, here we go. We are ready to go. Kaylin Haney, who walked and scored the only run today for Silver Lake, will lead it off. And the first pitch misses high and away. Southeast of Saline has really only used 2 pitchers this year. They've had plenty of people pitch at least 1 inning, but in terms of, real good work, it's been Carly Zerflew and Carly Dye. Dye's got a good body of work herself, but adds about 1.5 to the ERA. Zerflew here with a 1-1 count, working on Haney, brings home the pitch. Haney lays down a bunt, it rolls foul. And the count goes to 1-2. Both of these teams more than capable of playing a little small ball when they need to. And Haney, I mean, again, she is a speedster. Didn't have a chance to go through her numbers. She bats .427, 38 hits this season, 17 driven in, 14 stolen bases to lead the team. The only player on the team with double-digit stolen base totals. This ball is chopped to third. It's off the mid of Roar, and everyone's safe. That's a tough play, but off the mitt there, you have to rule that an E5. And Liggett is up to second. Haney aboard at first, and here comes Kira Lowry with the most dangerous bat in the order. Taylor Zordell due up to bat next. Lowry in the 2-hole has been no slouch this season. She has been excellent in her own right. The senior bats .446, slugs .630, 3 home runs this year, 29 RBI. Takes a strike, and the count goes to 0-2. Might have thought that was a touch outside, but a good-looking pitch from Zerflu, who does not appear to have missed a step here. Zerflu, 0-2, brings it home, misses high and away. That is going to get by so well, and everyone is up a station, as Haney is now at second and Liggett is at third on the passed ball. Those are the tying and potential go-ahead runners aboard here. The 1-2 is laced right into the glove, and Southeast not going to have a chance to double him off, but Kimber Ogre-Zolka with the snag. And a big decision here for Southeast of Saline. Do you pitch to Taylor Zordell? Yeah, there you go. A business decision for Southeast of Saline. They will not pitch to Taylor Zordell. They are going to intentionally walk her. And, I mean, that's the right call. You do not let a player of that caliber beat you. So an intentional walk in the third inning will load the bases, but now Kendra Cook has an excellent chance to bust this game wide open. First pitch, strike. Still just one out in the inning. That's maybe the bigger thing here, too. Cook has driven in 20 this season. She's going to squirt a bunt and gets it down, but Southeast, yeah, they'll cool, calm, and collected just flip it home. And there is your second out as Cook reaches on the fielder's choice, and SES has a chance to get themselves out of this. Haney, the speedster, up to third. Liggett, the runner who's thrown out. Zordell up to second. And it now falls to Paige Hyman, who popped out on the infield her first time up to try and get the tying run or more in here. Go back to Zordell's number. The senior is slugging almost 1,000 this year. She leads the team with 44 hits, 10 home runs, 44 RBI. That is not somebody on a regular basis that you want to pitch to. And we got a pinch runner coming in here. Peyton May will run for Kendra Cook. So it's May at first. It's Hyman at the plate. And it's Carly Zerflu, 1 out away from getting out of this bases-loaded jam here in the second. Her team's still leading it 2-1. Biggest at bat of the game so far here for Paige Hyman. First pitch, just high for a ball. Count goes to 1-0. Hyman with a chance to crack this game wide open. Fouls it back to the screen, though, and the count here goes to 1-1. Hyman, the junior, this season, 22 strikeouts. She's been susceptible to that strikeout pitch. Leads the team in Ks this year. From the plate, takes one here. The count is 1-2, and Carly Zerflu is one good pitch away. Still a lot of softball left to be played, but here in the third, Southeast clinging to a 1-run lead with the bases loaded. The 1-2 is popped up out to center. Actually, it won't get to center. It's gloved by Heinrich. And the bases are stranded full. SES still holds a 2-1 lead as we go to the home half of inning number 3 here on the Salina Post Sports Network. Coverage today presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Are you ready to make a meaningful impact? Join the professional healthcare team at Salina Regional Health Center. They're seeking nurse assistants who are eager to provide exceptional care to our community. Their growing organization offers competitive pay, comprehensive benefits, and tuition reimbursement. If you're ready to join a team that values compassion, teamwork, and outstanding patient care, apply now at srhc.com or reach out to Human Resources. Great careers start here. Salina Regional Health Center. They take care of you so you can care for others.
Biggest zero of the day on the scoreboard, and it comes with Southeast of Saline stranding Silver Lake's bases loaded in the top of the third. They still hold a 2-1 lead, and it's the top of the lineup here for Southeast of Saline, looking to restart the party and build on this lead. First pitch is off the plate here for ball one, outside and low to Reese Heinrich. It'll be Heinrich, Kaya Samuelson, and Abby Wyatt to lead off the inning here for SES. Heinrich digs in. She walked her first time up. Here, she gets a piece of one into foul territory, but it is caught by Wendy out in left, and that is one gone here in the third. That brings up Kaya Samuelson. Samuelson hit the RBI single that brought Heinrich in. She was caught trying to take second by Swigert. She will step in here, batting from the right side. Trying to keep Kendra Cook off of her rhythm and routine here, as they've been good about disrupting early. First pitch, good looking drop ball right around the knees for strike one. Samuelson takes a wide berth, steps out of the box, now comes back in at the ready here for the 0-1. Cook rocks into the windup and delivers, misses high. Count goes even at 1-1. Cook has been the pitcher of record in a lot of Silver Lake wins throughout her career, not just this year, but think about this. This Silver Lake team, as this ball is hit off the end of the bat, it's just foul. Silver Lake this season is 22-6 as a team, but when Kendra Cook is pitching, they're 14-1. Their only losses, by the way, they've been impressive. You take a look at the teams that have successfully beaten them. It's a Jefferson West team that is going to the 3A state tournament. Olathe Northwest and Olathe West, who I believe are both 6A. As the 1-1 pitch misses high. Olathe South, another 5 or 6A team, got them once this season. Their only other loss came to Wamego. Yes, that Wamego with Peyton Hardenberger, who's going to go play D1 softball in the SEC next year, I believe at Tennessee. Count worked full here, though. Good patience for Samuelson. And Southeast, I mean, this patience has impressed me today, because these are good-looking pitches that typically with a 2-strike count you swing at, but SES, they know the zone, and they are not biting. Here comes the 3-2, and it's chopped foul, and Tyler Smith makes the play down the line. Soft hands for Coach Smith. And we will do it again on 3-2. These two teams, no stranger to the state tournament. Whether it's been in Manhattan or recently, in recent years, in Topeka. This ball slowly rolled up the middle, picked up there by Cook. She'll take care of it herself. It is 2 gone here in the third. Abby Wyatt coming to the plate. Obviously, both teams, as I mentioned, lost to Frontenac at the state tournament last year. The year before that, Southeast of Saline took 4th place at state. They lost to Rossville in the semifinals. There's a little gap there. In between, you had a state run for Silver Lake, and the last 3 times that Silver Lake has gone to state, they've been the runners-up. They lost to Frontenac in the state championship game in 2019. They lost to Cheney in the championship game in 21. And, of course, last year, they fell to Frontenac by a final score of 3-0. The last time as this ball's popped up, drifting into foul territory, and it's caught by Zordell. So we'll talk more about that when we return. 3 innings in the books. We go to the 4th. Southeast of Saline still leads at 2-1 here on the Salina Post Sports Network. Coverage today presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
We spend 1/3 of our lives working to build our wealth. With over 50 years of combined experience, Billings Group wants to be there to help manage yours. If you're planning for retirement or looking for financial coaching, then come see us on Westchester Drive, east of the YMCA, or visit our website at billingsgroup.com. Securities offered by registered representatives through Private Client Services. Member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory products and services offered by investment advisory representatives through RFG Advisory, a registered investment advisor. RFG Advisory, Billings Group, and Private Client Services are unaffiliated entities.
Nail-biter pitchers duel so far. This game, the regional championship in Class 3A, presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler, and a 2-1 lead for Southeast of Saline. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hole hitters, Riley Moeller, Savannah Wendy, and Taylor Swigert to lead off the fourth here for Silver Lake. Boy, they had a great opportunity. They had bases loaded, 1 out, and Southeast of Saline was able to pitch out of it. But right now, for my money, the story of today's game is Carly Zerflu. Drilled with a pitch, ripped back up the middle, right off of the foot, heel, ankle area. In a lot of pain, went down to her knees, got back up, walked around, came back, and has just been absolutely pelting the strike zone ever since, including on one that's back to her. She'll flip it from her glove to her hand to first base. And it's another good defensive play for Carly Zerflu. 1 down for Savannah Wendy. So we were talking about state runs for these two teams. Of course, Southeast of Saline has also been to the state tournament 4 times since 2017. But the last time these two met in the biggest, highest profile game you can get as Wendy swings through that for strike 1. Silver Lake actually defeated Southeast of Saline back in 2018 on their way to what was their most recent state championship. They beat Southeast of Saline, Osage City, and Oskaloosa. This ball tipped up the middle off the mitt there, now bobbled by the shortstop. I think the Heinrich made the right call there by eating it. Zerflu wanted to make it happen, and it's hard to rule that an error. We'll give an infield single here to Savannah Wendy. You can't really give an error to Zerflu. You can't give an error to Heinrich. Either way, though, the result is the same. Wendy is aboard with all her speed. And here comes Taylor Swigert. Swigert, the catcher, 0 for 1. She struck out swinging her first time up. For as high caliber as Zerflu has been, for as good as her pitches have looked, Silver Lake has only struck out once. It was the strikeout of Swigert back in the second inning to end the inning. Here Swigert rips one to third, picked up by Rohr, who goes the smart way to first. And there it is, the second out of the inning. That is a high IQ softball play because the temptation is to try to roll 2. But with 1 out, you take the out. Now you only need 1 more to get out of the inning. That runner in scoring position is only a threat if something big happens. Here comes Sailor Liggett. She was the one whose infield single off the, again, ankle, heel, foot. I don't know what it made contact with. It was painful. She reached on the infield single. She got as far as third, and then they tried to bunt her home, and it did not work. A fielder's choice by Kendra Cook. 1 ball, no strikes. Zerflu brings home the pitch. It's a strike. Boy, that one looked awfully good. Outside corner. And the count even here to Liggett. Liggett, the second baseman, a freshman, the only freshman who plays for the Silver Lake team on a regular basis. Bright future ahead of her, a .382 average, a .440 on base percentage, 22 runs scored this year, 11 driven in. Only problem has been strikeouts, 17 strikeouts to 7 walks. 1-2. She won't add another. This one is awkwardly picked up. Heinrich fumbled it, and everyone is safe. Gotta rule that one in E6 as Heinrich made the stop. She did the hard part, and now it's runners at the corners for the leadoff hitter, Kaylin Haney. Dangerous spot for Southeast of Saline. Zerflu going to be called upon for some heroics once again as the Lady Trojans holding the 1-run lead. First pitch on the way, in for a called strike. And you can tell Haney, she's moving towards first base. She may want to try to slap this. Haney's got great speed. You see the corner playing in. That is Addison Rohr. Next pitch, high and inside. Count goes even here at 1-1. You really don't want to get into the 2 through 4 hole hitters. That's where Silver Lake has done a lot of damage this season. Southeast trying to end this inning on their terms right here, right now, but another outside pitch brings the count to 2-1. So it's Wendy at third, it's Liggett at first. And it's an inning that by all rights probably should be over by now. Good stop by the catcher, that's Soel keeping it in front, but the count is 3-1. And Kaylin Haney is going to have her pick here. Southeast of Saline needs to get out of this inning. They don't want to load the bases. There's the strike. And I think, yeah, the count goes to 3-2. By the way, I didn't see it behind the umpire, but Liggett did move up to second base. So there are runners in scoring position, 2 of them. Here comes the payoff pitch. And it's just low and outside for ball 4. The bases are loaded for the second time in as many innings. And here comes Kira Lowry. Lowry again, bats .446, slugs .630, second most hits on the team, fouls the first pitch, back to the screen, and the count begins at 0-1. Lowry also has 30 driven in this year. You just feel like if Silver Lake keeps getting these opportunities, sooner or later they're going to break this thing open. Pitch up and in. Count goes to 2-0. 2-0, 1-1? I believe it might be 1-1. Sir flew back to work here from the circle. Shakes off a sign or two she doesn't like. Brings home the pitch. And it's a ball low. The count now to 2 balls and 1 strike. Kira Lowry trying to crack this game open. Nowhere to put her. She will take this up the middle, and it's through. 1 run comes in to score. The throw to the plate is cut off, and Silver Lake reclaims the lead. It's a 2 RBI single for Kira Lowry. And the Lady Eagles lead it 3-2 here in the 4th. Boy, a ground ball, that's what you typically want, but just right up the gut. And 2 in here for the Lady Eagles. On the play, Kaylin Haney and all her speed stay at second. It's Lowry at first, and it's Taylor Zordell. Mentioned Zordell's big numbers earlier today. I believe we may have a courtesy runner situation here. Trying to keep an eye out for what's going on here in the book. Last time up, they intentionally walked Zordell. It's just trying to listen in to see what was going on there, but we play on, and Taylor Zordell will get a chance to bat. She is 1 for 1, a single and an intentional walk. And if you're Silver Lake, this is what you want. Zordell is a slugger. Big power bat. Chops one here, though, to first. It's picked up by Ogre Zolka, and she'll tag the bag herself to end the inning, but not before a 2 RBI single for Kira Lowry puts Silver Lake up 3-2. They leapfrog the Lady Trojans, who are up to bat when we return on the Salina Post Sports Network. Coverage today is presented by the good folks at Bamford Fire Sprinkler.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
Back at the ballpark here, coverage of this regional championship game is brought to you by Bamford Fire Sprinkler. And Southeast of Saline took a 2-1 lead into that half inning. They come out down 3-2. First pitch swinging. Throw to first is in time. And Kimber Ogerzolka, who hit the solo shot, is retired on the 6-3 to bring up Abba Pearson. It's Ogerzolka, Pearson, and Ashley Welchel. Your 3 due to bat here. Let's take a look at our field and weather conditions presented by Landscape Consultants. It is an all-natural dirt infield, grass outfield. Your field dimensions, 200 feet all around, straight up, 200 to straightaway center, 200 to each foul pole here in Osage City. Of course, weather-wise, things are heating up a little bit. We're looking about 76, 77 degrees. Plenty of sunshine, a little bit of cloud cover to mix in as well. And like I said, beautiful day for some high school softball as this regional will determine the final spot in the 3A state tournament next week in Topeka. The 1-1 pitch is tipped foul, and the count goes to 1-2 here on Abba Pearson. Of course, southeast of Saline already saw one of their league opponents, a team they swept to earn the NCAA league title, punch their ticket to state yesterday. The Minneapolis Lady Lions were able to undo Beloit. And it really wasn't all that close. Here comes the 1-2. That's in the dirt. Count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, the other 7 spots at state are set. It'll be 27-1 Frontenac, 24-3 Wichita Trinity, 25-4 Burlington, 21-4 Riverside, 21-4 Minneapolis, 22-5 Jefferson West, and 17-6 Colby. They will be joined by the winner of this game as a high rise ball is fouled away by Abba Pearson. Pearson so far today is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. I will say I expected to see more strikeouts between these two pitchers at this point in the game, but both teams have really battled at the plate. These are two teams that are not known for striking out, but they are known for striking people out, and well, there you go. It's another K on the day, courtesy of Kendra Cook, her second of the game and her second against Pearson. And here comes Ashley Welchel with 2 away. This game is only about halfway done. Remember, southeast of Saline is the home team. Didn't go through it earlier, but SES comes out today, and they're all white jerseys, white pinstripes, purple pinstripes, white pants with purple numerals. Meanwhile, for Silver Lake, it is the all maroon jerseys, maroon pants, champagne-colored or gold-colored numerals trimmed a bit in white. 0-1 the count. Welchel the DP. So far today, 1 for 1 with a single. Here comes the 0-1. That's outside, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Southeast, first time through the lineup, they got 4 runners aboard. Second time through the lineup, they're 0 for 5 with a strikeout. We have really seen Kendra Cook buckle down here, and now she finds herself pitching with a lead for the first time today. Had the lead actually back in the first inning. It was quickly undone, though, by southeast of Saline. And not quite time to be counting down outs. But with Cook, the way she pitches, she does not need much of a lead to work with. Her 2-1 delivery is fouled away, and the count is even at 2-2. Short set of bleachers, maybe 5 rows, 3 sets, but boy, they've packed them out. These fan bases have made the trek. Of course, for southeast of Saline, coming up from Gypsum, you're looking at probably close to 2.5 hours. Silver Lake making the long trek as well. Of course, the only team not here is the hosts in Osage City. They were the 3 seed in this bracket. They were eliminated by Riley County. The 2-2 is up and out. That's the first real miss that we've seen in this game from Kendra Cook. And with a 3-2 count, a chance here for Welchel to try to reach base twice. She'd be the first Lady Trojan to do so. Check swing, called strike 3, and that will do it for the 4th. It's back-to-back strikeouts as Kendra Cook starting to heat things up. We go to inning number 5, a 3-2 lead here for the Silver Lake Eagles on the Salina Post Sports Network. Coverage today presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Kendra Cook, Paige Hyman, Riley Mahler to lead things off here in the fifth for Silver Lake. They took a one-run lead on a 2 RBI single for Kira Lowry. Both of the runs that came in back in the fourth inning were unearned, as an error allowed the inning to continue. It would have been the third out of the inning if Southeast had made the play. 3-2 our score here in the fifth. Cook at the plate. So far today 0 for 2, a sac bunt and a fielder's choice. And she will foul this one off the screen to fall behind at 0-2. It's a good question. How many runs do you have to hold Silver Lake to in order to beat them? Well, this year, in Silver Lake's losses, they scored 3, 0, 1, 5, and 4. They are already nearing that 5-run mark. So to put that another way, if Silver Lake scores 6 runs or more this season, they are undefeated. Southeast of Saline in a similar club. You go through their losses this season. They've scored 3. They've been held to a shutout, and 4. So, I mean, that's kind of the math, right? It's 1st to 4 for both of these two teams. Neither one of these teams has scored 5 runs or more in a game and lost this year. Tells you how good the pitching's been. Speaking of pitching, how about a strikeout of the cleanup hitter to start things off for Carly Zerflew? It's only her second strikeout of the day, but she has pitched to a lot of weak contact, and that will bring up Paige Hyman. Hyman has ended 2 innings on 2 infield pop-ups so far, 1 to short, 1 to second. She'll leave a rise ball at her eyes for ball 1. Got a fun battle, a game that, I mean, it feels more like a semifinal game at the state tournament than a regional championship game, but that's exactly what we've got. And really the only shame here is that both of these teams cannot make it to the state tournament. You look at some of the teams that got in, you kind of wonder, with the way these brackets were set up, I mean, we always thought this was going to be the matchup we got, but yeesh. I mean, these are two teams that you could really very well see making a deep run at state this year. Of course, you've got the state runners-up against a team that was the only team in the state tournament to score against Frontenac. Frontenac shut out their semifinal and championship opponent. They beat Silver Lake 3-0 in the state championship game. There's another strikeout. Zerflew starting to heat it up. She's got 3 Ks, and here comes Riley Moeller. But again, you've got a 6-loss Colby team, a 5-loss Jefferson West team, a 4-loss Minneapolis team that Southeast of Saline swept this season. That's the other thing. For Southeast and for Silver Lake, losses in their own division, there's been a total of 2. Heston defeated Southeast of Saline 3-4 in their second game of the season. Beloit got them on the last day of the season 6-4. And Silver Lake lost to Jefferson West, who will be at the state tournament. Aside from that, every loss to both of these teams has been for somebody in Class 4A or better. Good looking pitch. Zerflew not messing around. The count to 1-2, and you feel like if she can keep up this form, it's just going to fall to the Southeast offense to try to get something on the board. This ball jammed. That will find its way out past the dugout, and the count goes to 1-2. So far, there has only been 1 half inning in which Silver Lake did not at least get somebody aboard. That was a 1-2-3 top of the second. Zerflew hunting that here, and I can't say as I've ever seen that before. If you've played Wii Sports and done the bowling, that ball ended up being thrown backwards. I think that does count as a ball. 2-2, hit on a line out to left field. That gets down. It's a base knock. Abby Wyatt picks it up, but Silver Lake is in business here with 2 down, and Savannah Wendy coming to the plate. Wendy is 1 for 2, an infield single and a run scored back in the 4th inning. A 6-3 ground out in the 5th inning. Southeast has been good about getting the first 2 outs. But that's where the damage has started to be done for Silver Lake. Runner goes, throw to second is high. That gets into the outfield. Credit Riley Muller with a stolen base, and Silver Lake running a bit more than what they traditionally do. Like I said, only 45 stolen bases for the Lady Eagles this season. But so far today, that is the 4th stolen base for Silver Lake. Several of those came back in the first inning. That's where they got their first run across. High pitch here will miss, and the count goes to 2-0. These two teams, I mean, they have both been so dominant this season. 2-1 in for a strike. Southeast of Saline has a plus 162 run differential. They've beaten their opponents 223-61. Silver Lake is at plus 176. They've outscored their opponents 240-64. So both teams sitting right around that same range. They've not given up much. They've scored a ton, and they are meeting here in a one-run ball game, top of the 5th. Southeast trying to get the bats up in the home half of the inning. Carly Zerflew in the circle. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That ball hit foul down the line. No play to be made there for Nick Hamilton, who stuck a hand out but couldn't quite glove it. Count stays 2-2 here. This is an SES team. I mean, no one really knew what to expect coming into this year. Obviously, they had a ton of talent, but they had a lot of players that we're going to be seeing the varsity field really for the first time after graduating 6 huge seniors on the team that lost in the state quarterfinals last season. But Tyler Smith, a first-year head coach, I mean, obviously no stranger to these girls or to this program. Of course, his wife, Shauna Smith, a longtime girls basketball coach here at Southeast of Saline. Coach Smith has been around this group for a long time. And, I mean, you hear him talk about this team. You can tell how much he loves these kids. It's an easy fit for him to come in and just kind of pick up where Pesha Potacek left off. Runner goes for third. Good throw, but the throw on the front side, not in time to record the tag. And Riley Moeller is 60 feet away. That could be a potentially huge run in such a low-scoring game. Savannah Wendy at the plate. 3-2 pitch is popped foul. Will do it again. Southeast of Saline got their 2 runs in the home half of the first. A solo shot for Kimber Ogerzolka put them up 2-0. But a 2-run fourth for the Lady Eagles have given them a 1-run lead, and they're looking to build on it here. The payoff pitch fouled right back to me. That's the best I've got behind the backstop all season long. I'm not going to lie, that one, I mean, just eye level, right back in my face. Thankful for the chain link fence here today. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away in the inning. Potential insurance run is just 60 feet away, and time is called. Biggest pitch of the game so far, the payoff pitch. It misses high, ball 4. And it looked like Zerflew might have just overthrown that one a little bit. Only her 2nd walk of the day, and here comes Taylor Swigert. Like I said, free passes not issued much. Actually, quick correction on my part. That's the 4th walk, the 3rd standard walk, plus the intentional walk. I wonder if they'd get aggressive enough and send Wendy, who's got good speed, from first base. I wouldn't be shocked if they try to cause some chaos here. First pitch is in. You immediately see Soel take a look down to third as that missed the zone, and the count starts off 1-0. The Silver Lake team is hungry to get back to another state tournament. They feel like they've got unfinished business. Again, the last 3 times that Silver Lake has been to state, they've made it to and lost in the state championship game. Lost to Frontenac in 2019, to Cheney in 2021, to Frontenac again in 2024. That's a Frontenac team that's going to be considered by many the favorites to repeat. They're 27-1 this year. They cruised through their first couple of games of the regional before defeating Columbus 3-2. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and again it is thrown high and off the backstop, but the short backstop gives a lot of grace to the catcher. Zerflew, not coming undone here by any means, but needs to settle down a bit. That's the second pitch we've seen here as of late that has really just completely skied Sowell. 2-1 is our count. Zerflew back to work. Here comes the pitch. That's a good pitch right in there for strike 2. And Zerflew once again 1 out away from getting out of the inning. A 2-2 count. Swigert at the plate. Liggett, who's reached base twice today, in the on-deck circle. Lady Trojans trying to keep the deficit to 1, and it's another high pitch. At a lot of ballparks, that runner's come in from third already, but like I said, there is maybe, and I mean maybe, a 7-foot run from home plate to the backstop. It's virtually impossible to come in to score here. Here comes another 3-2 pitch. It's popped up, and it's popped back. We'll do it again on 3-2. Swigert, another senior on this team. 32 hits, 30 RBI. She's coming to score 5 runs this year. As a catcher, courtesy ran for quite a bit. Here a chance to bring in 2 crucial runs. Payoff pitch called, strike 3 on the outside half. And it's 3 strikeouts to get Southeast of Saline out of the 5th. No damage done, but the Lady Trojans still trailing 3-2. We go to the home half of the 5th. When we return, coverage of this regional championship game is brought to you by Bamford Fire Sprinkler.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Back at the ballpark, the 3A regional championship game here between Southeast of Saline and Silver Lake. It has lived up to the hype. A 3-2 lead for the Lady Eagles. Southeast of Saline up to bat here in the home half of the 5th, and it will be the bottom third of the order. Emma Zerflew, Annabelle Sowell, and Addison Rohr trying to restart things for Southeast of Saline. The Lady Trojans got their 2 runs back in the home half of the 1st, and then Ashley Welchel led off the 2nd with a single. This ball momentarily ate up Lowry, but she is still able to recover and make the put out of Zerflew to bring up Sowell. So to go back to that point, Welchel led off the second base with a single. Since then, it's been 10 up and 10 down for Kendra Cook. She has found her rhythm, and amidst that are a pair of big strikeouts as she got Pearson and Welchel the second time through the order. Sowell up to bat here in the 5th. She popped up on the infield. That came back in inning number 2. Here she'll swing at the first pitch she sees, foul it off down the right field line. Southeast of Saline got the 1 seed. That's why they're rocking the home jerseys today, but it was by virtue of Silver Lake having played 2 more games in that big tournament where they faced 5 and 6A opponents. Southeast 22-4 today, Silver Lake 22-6. This ball popped up out to right, and the catch recorded by Brewer for out number 2. Top of the order coming up next, but first it's Addison Rohr. She is 0 for 1 with a line out to first. That came back in the 2nd inning. Like I said, for SES, just looking for a base runner, much less a run here in the 5th inning, as they got all of their damage back in the 1st. Still a 3-2 lead for Silver Lake. First pitch misses down and in. And, I mean, in case you're wondering, Southeast does have now 6 home runs this season, but not a team that relies on the long ball often, and Kendra Cook does not allow the long ball often. I'd have to go back and take a look at the stats, but she has not given up many home runs this year. She will get Addison Rohr to cut through this pitch. And the count has Rohr behind. Rohr steps back in, again trying to turn things over to Heinrich with a runner on base, but swings through a pitch low, and that was strike 2. Swigert threw down to first. Everyone kind of shrugs their shoulders there, but I think Swigert just lost count of the count. But it is 0-2 here. Southeast trying to make them pay as they have 1 strike left to play with here in the 5th. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And there it is, called strike 3. Addison Rohr down looking. 4th strikeout of the day for Kendrick Cook, and we go to the 6th. Still a 3-2 lead for Silver Lake here on the Salina Post Sports Network. Coverage today is presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
3A Regional Championship game presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler. We go to the 6th inning. Silver Lake looking to add to a 1-run lead. I did go back and find the number, and Kendrick Cook had allowed just 3 home runs all season coming into this game. Not only that, the home run for Ogrzolka was her first of the year, so an exceptionally rare thing. It got Southeast of Saline at the time a 2-1 lead. Since then, Silver Lake has battled back. They have taken a 1-run lead, and they have suffocated Southeast of Saline's bats. SES has pitched out of a lot of trouble, and, I mean, they have stranded 8 Lady Eagles in this game. Meanwhile, Southeast has only stranded 1 themselves. Problem is they haven't had a base runner since the leadoff single back in the 2nd inning. Good-looking pitch, solid frame for Sewell, but it's outside, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sailor Liggett. It'll be Liggett, Haney, and Lowry to lead off the 6th inning here for Silver Lake. The top of the lineup going to get at least 1 more chance to try and extend this lead. They have had so many chances. They stranded the bases loaded back in the 3rd. They left runners on 1st and 2nd in the 4th, and they left runners on 2nd and 3rd in the 5th. Like I said, you feel like if they keep getting these kinds of opportunities, sooner or later they're going to find a way to cash in. But for right now, Carly Zerflew, and you wonder how much pain she might be pitching through after taking that hot shot up the middle off of her leg. She's looked so far so good. She's trusted her defense. And in the 5th inning, she recorded all 3 outs herself via strikeouts. 3 of her 4 strikeouts in this game came back in that 5th inning. She will wind it up. She's ready to go. This ball popped up out to center. Samuelson under it and gloves it for out number 1. Here come the problem bats, though, for Silver Lake. 1, 2, 3 if they can get to her. Kaylin Haney has been just what you want out of the leadoff spot. Haney has come to bat 3 times. She's gotten on base 3 times. She does not have a hit yet, but she's gotten on base about every other way, as that's a first pitch ball at the knees. A walk back in the 1st, a walk in the 4th, and an error back in the 3rd. She came in to score the first run of the day as she was waved around 3rd back in the 1st on a relatively routine ground ball single into right field. But that tells you the kind of speed that Haney has. She will dig back in here. The count is 1-1. Pitch on the way. Misses high. Count goes 2-1. Zerflew working deep into counts more so than what she did early in this game. Zerflew back at the ready. Haney likes to slap, and she will try, but this one is foul, and the count goes to 2-2. I mentioned this earlier in the game, but Haney trying to move forward. You see the infielders especially the corner roar at third, playing in a touch. Here's the 2-2. Barely able to get her bat on that. Haney again, it's the risk you run when you're already trying to head towards first, and that's why you see Zerflu pitching her outside. Zerflu does have one more ball to play with. That's a part of the reason she can keep them coming outside, and time is called. Haney back in the box and ready to go. The 2-2. That one taken up the right side, picked up. Boy, even for a routine play there, Zerflu makes the play. Haney almost beat that out anyway. She has a problem on the base pass, but for SES, it is 2 away, and Kira Lowry at the plate. Lowry hit the 2 RBI single that put Silver Lake in front back in the 4th inning. Here she will lift one, falling fast, but not fast enough, as Abba Pearson makes a diving catch out in right field, and that will end the top of the 6th. Southeast of Saline, down by 1, 6 outs to play with. We'll see what they've got when we come back. Coverage of this regional championship game presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community, or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Welcome back to the ballpark inside the Equity Bank broadcast booth. Tyler Henry alongside you, Brian Dennett, handling all of our camera and production duties here today. Coverage of this regional championship game presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler, part of an extension of our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. It's been a good one, but the Lady Trojan bats have gone silent. This is their best chance to try to get something going. They've got 6 tokens left to play with. They're only down by 1. And it's the top of the lineup to lead things off, 3rd time through, to face Kendra Cook. First time through the order, Cook surrendered a home run, her 4th of the season, 3 hits and a walk. Second time through the order, she surrendered nothing. She faced 9, she retired 9. Southeast feeling the squeeze a little bit here, but again, they know they're only down by 1. This ball hit down the line, it eats up Lowry, and Reese Heinrich is safe. Any way you can get him. Heinrich is aboard at first, and the Lady Trojans are in business. Now the question is, do you risk sending Heinrich, who scored a run earlier today? She stole her 60th base of the season. This is who you want aboard no matter what. You also wonder if it might change the way that Cook pitches, as Southeast does want to play some small ball. Bunt laid down. Throw to first is in time. Heinrich never stopped running. Did they get her? They did. It's a huge double play as Samuelson laid down the bunt, but they go from Cook to Hyman to Lowry at 3rd, and it's 2 away here in the 6th. You wonder if Southeast of Saline is going to get another opportunity like that one. And you got to give, you tip your cap to Samuelson for trying it. She knows how fast she is, but not fast enough. A good throw from Hyman gets her. Here comes Abby Wyatt. Wyatt lifts one out to left. It hangs up, and the catch recorded by Wendy to put the cap on the 6th inning. Southeast of Saline down to their final 3 outs, but first it's Silver Lake looking to add to their lead. Coverage of this regional championship game is presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler.
I've always believed in love stories that last forever. At Vernon Jewelers, we've been crafting these stories for 141 years. Each piece is a chapter in a journey, a testament to timeless romance. Whether it's an engagement ring or a cherished anniversary gift, we create memories that sparkle. Look for that iconic sign and discover our collection and personalized customer service in our 141st year. We're not old, just really good at what we do. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina, because love deserves that perfect setting.
Welcome back as we go to the 7th, a 3-2 lead for Silver Lake. Southeast of Saline got their first base runner since the second inning. It was the leadoff runner, Heinrich, who tried to circle second and go to third on a lay-down sacrifice bunt and was thrown out. So here we go. It's Silver Lake's heart of the order, Taylor Zordell, Kendra Cook, and Paige Hyman to lead off the seventh. This an extension and a playoff edition of our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, bringing you this from the Equity Bank broadcast booth. And the first pitch here from Zerflu is off the... Yeah, I was going to say, it was off the end of the bat of Zordell. You tip your cap to her for trying to go down to first. She's got a big old grin on her face. She knew it. And she comes back and is ready to go. Count goes to 0-1. Zordell, the most dangerous bat in the lineup. How dangerous is Zordell? Well, they walked the bases loaded earlier today just to avoid pitching to her. She will foul this one off, and the count goes to 0-2. Zordell's damage today's been limited. She has an RBI single, an RBI single, an intentional walk, and a ground out to first base. But she can change the momentum of a game like this with one swing of the bat. Hot shot back to the pitcher. Beautifully played by Zerflu. You would think after getting drilled by that shot back up the middle that Zerflu might flinch a little bit. Boy, she has been unfazed. So, one down for Kendra Cook. And Southeast of Saline just trying to get through this inning quickly and bring their bats back up. First pitch, swinging strike. Cook falls behind. The cleanup hitter's been great this season, but has had a rough go of it at the plate today. A sac bunt, a fielder's choice, and a swinging strikeout in this game. 0-1 down and away. Southeast of Saline team said goodbye to a huge senior class a year ago. They're trying to take this year's seniors to one more state tournament. And for these seniors, if they can get back, it would be their third in as many years. They went in 23, 24, trying to get back there in 25, but it will take a few more runs if they're going to make it happen. The 1-1 is taken again, back to Zerflu. And Zerflu handles it herself. I have not seen a softball pitcher called upon to make this many defensive plays at any point this year. We've been doing a lot of baseball and softball. That's just not common, but you tip your cap to Zerflu. She's handled it all really well. And it falls to Paige Hyman, the last hope for Silver Lake, to try to get something on the scoreboard to extend the one-run lead. First pitch to Hyman, misses upstairs. Count starts off at 1-0. 5 seniors for this year's Lady Trojans: Emma Zerflu, Kimber Ogerzolkas, Sarah Feldman, Addison Rohr, and Avery Kinkelar. That ball hit well, hit high, hit deep. It's gone. Solo shot for Paige Hyman, and the already steep hill gets a little bit steeper for Southeast of Saline as Hyman is able to hit a tank over the left field wall, and it is a 4-2 game here in the 7th. Hyman this season, that is her 7th home run of the year. And she has 7 of the team's 28 long balls in 2024. It's only a 2-run deficit, but against Kendra Cook, the way she has been going, that feels like so much more. Fresh count to work with. Riley Moeller at the plate. First pitch on the way. Jammed her, and it's fouled back to the screen. Moeller today is 1 for 3, a line out, a ground out, a single, 2 stolen bases. She was stranded on third back in the 5th inning. Silver Lake's had opportunities to break the game open several times, as a swing and a miss makes it 0-2. But in this game, they've stranded 8 runners. They still hold the lead. They like their chances with Kendra Cook looking for just 3 more outs against the heart of the Lady Trojan lineup. Southeast trying to get there with the deficit still at 2. The 0-2 pitch misses high. Leaving it there as Mahler, and the count goes to 2-2. SES hunting it out. This is popped up. It's spoiled again by Moeller. And we are out of softballs. Oh, it happens from time to time. Gonna have to get one from somewhere. It looks like we have located a softball here, and we play on. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch from Zerflu, and again, it's fought off. Moeller doing everything she can to avoid going down on strikes. Southeast is going to bring back a ton of talent next year, but they don't want to waste this season. If they can't find their way through to the state tournament, another pitch spoiled by Moeller. It's been a 2-strike count now for 4 consecutive pitches. Moeller digs back in. Zerflu looking in, brings home the 1-2, strike 3. Southeast of Saline going to have one last chance to come back and tie it or walk it off, but they trail by 2, courtesy of a solo shot for Paige Hyman. We'll find out what happens when we return. Coverage of this regional championship game is presented by Bamford Fire and Fire Sprinkler.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Southeast of Saline down to their final 3 outs, looking to come back and at the very least force extras here at the Osage City Regional Championship game against Silver Lake. But a huge solo home run puts the Lady Eagles on top 4-2. And SES, again, with just 3 tokens to play with, will try to even the score. Kimber Ogerzolka will lead things off for the Lady Trojans. First pitch in for a called strike. Kendra Cook has been chefing ever since the 3rd inning. She gave up a leadoff single to Ashley Welchel. She has not put anyone else on base since. The only runner to reach was Reese Heinrich, who reached on an error and then was thrown out trying to stretch a play to 3rd. This ball is hit into foul territory, and the count is 0-2 on Ogerzolka. So Southeast of Saline has had in this game 3 hits and just 5 base runners, and all but one of those came in the first 2 innings. Ever since then, like I said, Cook has retired everybody. Ogerzolka got her best back in the 1st inning, her first home run of the season, and just the 4th home run allowed by Cook this year to straightaway center. 0-2, struck up the right side. She's got to make the run, and I think, Brewer wanted to try to make a play, but there was no play to make. Ogerzolka's got a leadoff single. And here come the Lady Trojans with Abba Pearson at the plate. Let's see what we've got here. Is this going to be a courtesy runner over at first? Ogerzolka, the first baseman, runs relatively well. This also might be okay. We got a pinch hitter. Hannah Teal is going to bat here for Southeast of Saline. The Lady Trojans lifting their 5-hole hitter, and a huge, huge opportunity now for Hannah Teal. Teal's played well down the stretch of the season. She's gotten in and pitched a little bit as well, but a huge task here as the first pitch is going to miss inside, and it's a much different game, down by 2 than it would have been if Southeast was simply down by 1. They would have loved to play some small ball with Ogerzolka, but they are forced to play straight up here as this is fouled away back behind the screen, and the count evens at 1-1. Pearson, to be fair, had not seen Cook well. She had 2 strikeouts on 2 plate appearances. So Southeast of Saline rolling the dice on the pinch hitter, and a pitch that misses high makes it 2-1. This is also somebody that I'm going to imagine Silver Lake didn't really have too much info on their scouting report. Teal, this is just Teal's 5th plate appearance of the season. She hits a little nubber. That is going to roll foul, and boy, if it had stayed fair, Teal was going to be safe at first. So this year, Teal is 1 for 4 with a single, no extra base hits, but no strikeouts, no walks. Every time she has come to bat, again, a very limited sample size, she has put the ball in play. Teal at the ready. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Hannah Teal is down for what will go down as the 5th strikeout of the outing for Kendra Cook. And here comes Ashley Welchel. Welchel had the last hit for Southeast of Saline before the Ogrzulka single that put her aboard. She is 1 for 2, a looking strikeout and a single today. First pitch, ball low. Count goes to 1-0. Over at first, Hyman holding her glove out, I think wanting to maybe try a back pick. But if you're Silver Lake, I mean, you play straight up, you trust your pitcher. I don't think they're going to throw down to first on anything here. The 1-0 pitch is across for a strike, and the count goes even, 1-1. Emma Zerflew is standing in the on-deck circle. She will bat next. Southeast down to their final 2 outs, down by 2. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and it's fouled back to the screen. So it goes to 1-2. Whatever Kendra Cook's got left in the tank, she's going to empty it here, trying to get her team to the Topeka Invista 3A state tournament next week. It's been a clean game so far for both teams. Pitching has ruled the way, but both squads have scratched across their runs. A pitch misses high. The count goes 2-2 here on Welchel. Welchel, a sophomore, batting .339 this year, 20 hits this season coming into today's game, added a 21st. The 2-2 is hit on the ground up the middle, and that gets through. Boy, it was close, but Zordell could not quite glove it. And now the Lady Trojans have the tying run aboard and the potential go-ahead run at the plate. We're going to have, I believe, a courtesy runner over at first base. We'll see who comes in to run for Welchel, if that is, in fact, what Southeast decides to do. And it looks like, yeah, Riley Donnelly will come in and run for Welchel at first. And you got to love Coach Smith going to the bench, trying to turn this into something. 1 down in the inning, and a whole lot of pressure on the shoulders of Emma Zerflew. Emma is one of just 5 seniors on this roster. The one thing she wants more than anything else is for her season not to end here today. She's got a great chance to help the Lady Trojans do just that. Runners at first and second. Donnelly represents the tying run. Kendra Cook has given up next to nothing so far today. Southeast has had just 5 hits off of her in this game. First pitch popped up and foul. We'll do it again on 0-1. From the 7-hole this season, Emma Zerflew batting .275, 14 hits, a couple for extra bases. In case you're wondering, no home runs this year for Zerflew, but that's not really her game. Cook at the ready. Here comes the 0-1. In there for a strike, and the count goes 0-2. For as good as Kendra Cook has been at striking out batters this season, she's only recently picked that up here. 5 strikeouts, including 1 to Teal earlier in this inning. The 0-2 is popped up. This will stay on the infield, and Cook will glove it herself for the 2nd out of the inning, and the Southeast season rests on the shoulders of Annabelle Sowell. Sowell today is 0 for 2, a pop-out and a fly-out. And for Southeast of Saline, it all comes down to this. Kendra Cook, like I said, buckled down. She's allowed 2 hits in the last 4 innings. They've both been here in the bottom of the 7th. That ball hit well on a line out to left. It gets down. One run comes in to score. The second runner holds up at second, and southeast of Saline is not dead yet. Anna Belsowell will drive in a run. The Lady Trojans down by just one. And here comes Addison Rohr. Huge, huge hit. Not trying to do too much either. Donnelly up to second. Did the right thing. Didn't try to force the issue. Only one out, or 2 outs in the inning. But SES only down by one. First pitch from Cook. Low and inside for ball one. Remember, Donnelly, utilized as a pinch runner, has a ton of speed at second. If Southeast can put something in the outfield, you wonder if they might just try to send her. 1-0 pitch from Cook. Called strike on the outer half. Good out-breaking action on the pitch, and the count is even at 1-1. Rohr today 0 for 2, a line out and a strikeout. The 1-1 is a flare up in the air into the glove. Hyman squeezes it, and that will do it. The Silver Lake Lady Eagles, last year's 3A state runners-up, will get a chance at Topeka next season to try and go for that elusive state title. Southeast of Saline's excellent season comes to an end at 22-5, and we will be back to wrap it up on the other side. We'll step away. Coverage of this game has been presented by Bamford Fire Sprinkler.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Back here at the Osage City Championship game here at the Regional. Silver Lake gets the win. They do so 4-3. Boy, it was a tight one. Nail biter from front to back, and you got to tip your cap. I mean, Kendra Cook is the player of the game by far. She goes 7 innings, a complete game effort. She will improve on the season to 15-1. She will take her team to the state tournament. Her career will not be over no matter what happens next week, as she will continue playing softball at Washburn next year. She gave up 3 runs All of them earned on just 6 hits, only walked 1, recorded 5 strikeouts in this game. Southeast of Saline falls in this one. Again, a phenomenal campaign for a Lady Trojan team that graduated 6 seniors last year. They had a first-year head coach in Tyler Smith take over for Pesha Potachik. No one really knew what to expect out of SES. The Lady Trojan season will end at 22-5, and they will lose some seniors, but they're going to bring back a ton of talent next year. Emma Zerflu, Kimber Ogerzolka, Sarah Feldman, Addison Rohr, and Avery Kinkelar are the seniors that SES will lose this offseason, but everybody else, the whole core, will be coming back to take another run at it next year. For Silver Lake, 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 error committed, 8 runners left on base, and the kicker for Southeast, of the 4 runs they gave up today, only 2 of them were earned. Meanwhile, for SES, they scored 3 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors, and 3 runners stranded on base. And with that, the 3A state tournament is set. It'll be Frontenac, Wichita Trinity, Burlington, Riverside, Minneapolis, Jefferson West, Colby, and this Silver Lake Lady Eagle team. But that will just about wrap it up for us. One last time for Tyler Henry and for Brian Dennett. I want to say thank you so much for tuning in today and all week long. Plenty of great baseball and softball regional action is available on our YouTube page here on Salina Post. If you enjoyed any of it, including today's game, consider giving us a subscription. But again, thank you so much for tuning in. We will take it from here. And next week, we'll be back with some state coverage as we've got 4 teams through to the state tournaments. On the baseball side, the Abilene Cowboys, and for softball, the Chapman Lady Irish, the Minneapolis Lady Lions, and the Salina Central Lady Mustangs. But until state, I've been Tyler Henry. He's been Brian Dennett. Thank you so much for tuning in. You caught this game right here on the Salina Post Sports Network, courtesy of Bamford Fire Sprinkler.